Morning students. So our computer's first lesson is computer memory and storage devices. So all of you use mobile, right? So to store some photos, songs, any other data, what is present in the mobile? There is a memory of the mobile which stores all that data. So same like that, our computer also stores many type of data. So same like mobile, computers also use memory, or computer also have memory or some storage devices to store all the information. So we will start our lesson. First one is introduction. In previous classes you have studied that you give data and instruction to the computer using input devices. So which are the input devices? Can you tell me the name of the input devices? Okay, keyboard, mouse, joystick or scanner, that are the input devices. What is mean by input devices? That are the device, by using that device we can enter some data or instruction from that device. So the central processing unit processes the input using the given data and instruction to give an output which you can see on the output devices. So when we give input, that means we type something or we give order to computer by input devices. Then what happen with that input devices? There is one CPU, that is central processing unit. You have seen that CPU. So that central processing unit processes on that data or instruction that is given by input devices, and that computer give us a proper output through output devices such as monitor, projector and printers. For example, there is a keyboard. I am typing on the keyboard few letters, and how it is shown on the computer, on the monitor. So I give input through the computer and computer show me output through the monitor. So this cycle of computer accepting the input and processing it to give the desired output forms input process output cycle, that is the IPO cycle. That means we give input to the computer, then CPU it processes on that data, or it processed on that data and give proper particular output. That type that cycle, that is a cycle now. We give input and then the data get processed and we get output. That is one type of cycle, and that cycle is called as the IPO cycle. That means input, process and output cycle. So first we give input, then that data gets processed and then we get output. During this IPO cycle, the computer uses its memory to store, process and flow the information. So what happened during that IPO cycle? Computer uses computer's memory to store, process and flow the data. Next, type of computer memory. So there are some types of computer memory. First one is, the computer has two type of memory. So computer has two different type of memory. First is primary and second is secondary. So primary is also known as internal memory and secondary is also called as a external memory. So let us study about that. First is primary memory. The primary memory has very limited capacity. So in our mobile phone, there is some memory present in the mobile phone. So that memory which is inbuilt in the computer is called as the internal memory. So primary memory is divided into two parts, and that internal memory is divided into two parts, which are the read only memory. Its short form is ROM, and random access memory, that is RAM. Now read only memory. So what is read only memory? Read only memory is said to be read only because it contains information that can be read only. So ROM is a type of memory which can only read the data. You cannot write or store onto the ROM. So we are not able to store any data on the ROM, or we cannot write any data, anything on the ROM. It is non-volatile memory. So ROM is a non-volatile memory. So what is the meaning of non-volatile memory? Non-volatile means it has permanent memory. Once we have stored any that means the information present in that ROM never gets deleted. That is a permanent memory. The main circuit board of the computer is called as the motherboard. So the main circuit board which is present in the computer is a motherboard. the BIOS is a part of the ROM. So BIOS is the part of the ROM. BIOS is the basic input output system. So it contains instruction for booting up the computer and making it ready for use. So what is the function of BIOS? It contains the instruction, that means some orders to booting up computer and making it ready for use. Since these instructions are important, they are stored in they are stored on ROM, which is permanent in nature. So to start computer, it is a very important thing to start computer for using it. So to start computer, which things are important? BIOS, which gives instructions. So that instructions are stored in ROM, because ROM is a permanent, that means non-volatile memory. That's why we use ROM to store it. Then we will see the second type of memory, that is random access memory, that is RAM. So random access memory or RAM is a read and write memory. So ROM is only read memory and RAM is a read and write memory. It is attached to a different slot of motherboard at chip. So it is attached to the different type of, there are different slots present on the motherboard where that RAM chip has attached. Computer can read data from the RAM chip and also write data onto it. So computer can read that data also and can write on that RAM also, while working on a computer, whatever data you are using gets stored in the RAM. So whenever we are working on computer, we want to save some data on the computer, so it is stored in that RAM. Also, any program that you are using for a permanent storage device like a hard disk gets loaded temporarily in the RAM. So when we have to store any data permanently, so that before storing in the permanently, it is stored in the RAM. Therefore RAM is also known as a working memory of the computer. That's why it is called as a working memory of computer. Unlike the ROM, when computer is shut down, the data and software programs stored on RAM are lost. So in the ROM, whenever computer is shut down or turn off, there is no chances of losing of data, but in the RAM, the programs or data stored, it gets lost. Thus RAM is called temporary memory or volatile memory. That's why RAM is called as a volatile or temporary memory. So before turning off the computer, you need to save the data you are working on to get it later for use. So before, whenever we want to shut down the computer, we have to store the working data or that data on which we are working. We have to store that data to the RAM, to the computer. The storage capacity of RAM varies in different computers. So as per the different kind of computer, the RAM's capacity, that means in our mobile there are 2 GB memory card, 4 GB, 8 GB, 16 GB, same like that RAM is also have some different kind of capacities according to the different computers.